Hello, and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Mac from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. On today's show, we're going to discuss the financial independence, retire early, or FIRE technique. At heart, the FIRE technique is built to help you save the money you need to retire before you turn 65. The Kiplinger article, How to Retire Early in 6 Steps, nicely articulates how the FIRE technique can help you reach your goal of retiring when you want to. The first step in utilizing the FIRE technique to retire early is to set a high savings rate. It's pretty logical, really. The more income you're able to save, the earlier you can retire. Currently, the average American saves about 4% of their earnings, well below the 10 to 15% that many financial experts recommend. An analysis from T. Rowe Price, cited in the article, notes that nudging your savings toward the higher end of what experts recommend could help you build up 11 times your pre-retirement income before turning 65. Those who use the FIRE technique often shoot to save between 50 and 70% of their income, showing us that a serious shift from spending to saving is necessary. Admittedly, this is a tall order, but if you're eager to retire well before the typical age, aggressive saving is essential. Next, you'll want to do all you can to maximize your income. The article points to an Empower survey that determined that Americans consider an annual income that's in the ballpark of $94,000 to be the point at which financial independence is possible. The bottom line is that the more you make, the easier it is to save what you'll need for an early retirement. Once you've made the decision to retire as soon as possible, you may be able to increase your income by working more hours, working an additional part-time job, establishing a side hustle, or seeking a promotion inside or outside your current place of employment. Your next move when it comes to utilizing the FIRE technique is controlling your spending as much as possible. In most cases, a high volume of savings is coupled with a reduction in expenses. Sometimes, small things like reducing your number of streaming services or cutting back on dining out may make a significant difference. In other cases, you may need to take more drastic measures. For example, the article notes that the average American household spends about $70,000 a year, and a third of that is spent on housing. Accordingly, you may want to explore downsizing to a smaller home that will cost you less. This may be a particularly good step if your kids are out of the home or soon will be. Rather than viewing reducing your spending as a negative thing that lessens your quality of life, consider it an opportunity to create a more minimalist and thus freer lifestyle. Another FIRE technique you should embrace is investing wisely. In most cases, maintaining your ideal retirement lifestyle will be far more challenging without some form of investing. And if you want to retire early, there's a good chance that you'll need to max out your employer's retirement plan, your IRAs, HSAs, and any other investment vehicles that are currently part of your financial strategy. Within those various accounts, you and your financial services professional may want to dedicate funds to stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and other investments. Investing a significant percentage of your monthly income as soon as possible may provide solid growth in your savings, thus making early retirement more plausible. Let me add my standard caveat here that if investing is part of your strategy, I urge you in the strongest terms possible to only navigate the investing world in partnership with a financial services professional. To utilize the FIRE technique, you should next prioritize careful planning. Certainly, the goal of an early retirement will present you with some unique financial planning challenges, one of which is the possibility of outliving your money. Meeting this challenge begins with one basic question: how much do I need to retire when I want? The article presents the rule of 25 as a potential answer. With this, you estimate your expected annual retirement expenses and then multiply that number by 25. For example, if you need $80,000 a year to meet your likely expenses, you'll need to save $2 million, an amount that would permit you to withdraw 4% a year while still maintaining your capital. While an annual 4% withdrawal rate works for many people, it's not the best route for everyone. Let's say you're able to retire in your 40s or maybe even your 30s, if you can imagine that. As these ages, your retirement could last for as long as 50 years. The article cites a Vanguard paper that makes clear the 4% rule is based on a 30-year runway. Accordingly, those seeking to retire very early may need to discuss a dynamic spending withdrawal strategy with their financial services professional. This strategy would allow you to spend more when the market is performing well and reduce your spending when the market hits a sustained rough patch. This strategy may position your portfolio to see you through your entire retirement. At this point, you're probably wondering about FIRE's tax implications, and the answer is yes. And in addition to tax implications, there are also early withdrawal penalties from certain accounts. And let's not forget the need to secure health care before you're 65 and Medicare eligible. So there's taxes, early withdrawal penalties, and health care, all of which is to say that early retirement is going to require a lot of careful planning with your financial services professional. For those who work for the government, there are even more things to closely consider. For example, if you're a federal, state, or local government employee and you earned a pension on wages that Social Security didn't cover, the Social Security benefit you've earned will be reduced. Finally, as an early retiree, it will be critical to build a thorough estate plan. It's all well and good to account for your income and healthcare needs during retirement, but you must also give consideration to what would happen to your spouse or children should you die unexpectedly. The final step you should take with the FIRE technique is simply deciding whether early retirement is right for you. Maybe you have the money and healthcare squared away, but have you considered how you're going to fill all that time without overspending? Is your spouse on board? How about your kids and grandkids? I certainly don't want to talk anyone out of early retirement, but I would simply recommend taking your time and working with your financial services professional to answer all the questions, big and small. If you have any questions about the new generation retirement system, visit my website at mnawealth.com or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure. All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.